Hello, sir. So again, very good evening to everyone and welcome to Oliveboard. So we will do probability today. As you guys can see, so very important topic from the point of view of the new eduquity pattern. New pattern में we are getting a lot of questions from a few different topics. So probability is definitely one of those. Probability is definitely one of those topics. So we need to learn some basic stuff. If I assume you know the basic stuff, though I'll cover the basics as well. So some advanced questions. So we will cover definitely in this session. We will cover some basic stuff as well. Along with that, some advanced concepts like some conditional probability stuff which they are asking. Conditional probability, like those who know, that is a little advanced stuff. So that part also I'm planning to cover in this particular class. So again, the class, this is going to be very exciting. You will get to learn a lot of things if you are willing to dig in and put in the shift. So let's start with the class. Now, before I even start, just a quick little word. So in our courses, in our paid courses, we have done what? You see, all the new stuff, not exactly new, calling it new will be an understatement. So the questions that like or the parts from where we did not actually see like questions in tier 1 exams, but again, they are asking in the new eduquity pattern, we are getting questions nowadays, or in like we have got questions in selection phase exams. So we have compiled those kind of classes on those topics, and some new classes also we have added. So everything you will get in this new eduquity pattern SSC exams. It's a very short crash course type, like a kind of compilation of classes. A few classes are live, a few classes are recorded. So again, everything will get in this. You see, for English medium audience, it is there. For English medium audience, it is there. So you don't need to purchase it, like purchase this. You do not need to purchase this. It is already included in your Super Elite subscription. You don't need to, there is no option to purchase this like kind of separately. So this is already included in your Super Elite subscription. It's just a news I wanted to share before I even start with the class. Perfect, sir. Now, let's start with our probability. Now, before I can go into probability, I need to discuss a little bit about P and C. So there is mostly I need the combination operator. Mostly we'll be needing the combination operator. Now, please understand what does this operator does. It Combination operator does one thing that is called selection. Combination operator is a very intelligent operator which does only one thing, that is selection, sir. That it only does one thing, which is selection. It can only select out of certain things. Meaning, let's say there is a box, and in this box we have 10 pens, and I need to select, say, 3 pens out of this. I need to select 3 pens out of this. Now, you see, please understand, sir. There are, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 pens, different types of pens. They are not identical, let's say. So I can either choose, let's say, this one, and this one. Somebody else, they can choose this one, and this one. Some third person, they can choose this one, and this one. Somebody else, they can choose this one, and this one. So there are like a lot of possibilities. They can choose 3 pens out of these 10 pens. Now, if I ask you how many such possibilities are there, you will say, sir, a lot. You will say a lot. But again, I'm asking you to quantify. There is no number called a lot. There is no exact number called a lot, right? So I need to figure out how much is a lot. So for that, we use this combination operator. So combination operator is saying this number, this a lot number is 10C3, sir. Meaning we are selecting 3 pens out of 10 pens. This C stands for combination operator. This C is your combination operator. This C is standing, this C is kind of giving away 10C3. Now this has a definition. What is the definition? Definition of this operator is written, or it is defined like this. NCR is n factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial. Now again, I'm assuming you guys already know factorial. You have done this factorial stuff in number system in many different classes. So if I do this, it will be, sir, 10 factorial. That means, sir, 10 factorial is n factorial by 3 factorial into 10 minus 3 factorial. Now, if you calculate, you will end up getting 10 factorial by 3 factorial into 7 factorial. Or thoda calculate karo, sir, you will get 10 into 9 into 8 and 7 factorial will cancel each other. And this will be, sir, 6. So calculate, sir. 6 means 3 3s are this and like this is 4. So 3 4s are 2, like 12, that is 120, sir. That means there will be 120 such ways to figure this out. Now, this combination operator we will be needing in order to be very strong in probability, in order to be very, very strong in the probability questions. I hope this is absolutely clear to everyone. This much is absolutely, absolutely clear. This is the basic of probability. You must know this in order to move on to probability. Very, very basic stuff. Very, very, very basic stuff. Now, sir, if I assume you guys know this, now let's move on a little bit, sir. Let's move on a little bit. Now, sir, once I know this, now a few shortcuts. Shortcuts means, sir, anything, sir, C1, remember that is equal to N only. Now, how these shortcuts come? These shortcuts come using this formula only. Kind of, if you calculate using this formula, you will get this, like whatever I'm writing. You just do a couple of lines, you will end up getting to this. NC2, I'll ask you to remember 3. N into n minus 1 divided by 2. NC3, 3 tak yaad rakh lo, sir. N into n minus 1 into n minus 2 divided by 6. Why? Generally, at max, they can ask you to pick 3 balls. SSC have, in their history, they have never asked you to kind of pick more than 3 balls. So that's the max. Now this is one. Another very important and interesting property, sir. NCR is always equal to NCN minus R. Meaning, sir? Meaning, let me give you an example, it will be clearer only. Meaning, sir, 5C2, it will always be equal to 5C, 5 minus 2, that is 3, sir. This is a very, very interesting property in for us, for our calculations. Very helpful. This is very, very helpful if you know where to use it and when to use it. Very interesting, sir. Okay, remember this. Very, very interesting. Now, these are the prerequisites. I've just breezed through this. I've not gone into very in detail, because this is actually permutation combination. This is not exactly your probability, because I want to go into probability as soon as possible. Now these things out of the way, let's move into the classical definition of probability. Acha, before that, let me just say one thing, sir. Probability jo hai na, sir, probability is generally, from your point of view, it is of 2 types. One is called classical probability, and the other part is called compound probability. This is also called the conditional probability. Now, SSC never used to ask questions from this. This is a little complicated part, conditional probability. they used to always confine themselves into classical. But again, this year in selection phase, in few shifts, they have touched a little bit into conditional. So again, we like for that reason, we should also like touch a little bit into condition. At least let us learn, so that you guys don't feel ki, sir, if something like comes from that or from that particular part, like we don't know, we cannot even touch it. We don't know how to even proceed. We don't know how to even think. That should not happen to anyone. That should not happen to anybody. So classical probability follows the classical definition of probability. What is that classical definition? Classical definition of probability is saying probability of anything is equal to, sir, preferred outcomes. And what are those? We'll discuss. Don't worry. Divided by the total outcomes. This is your probability. This is the definition. This is classical definition. Now let's understand. Like let's take a like coin for example. Now let's say I have tossed a coin. So what will be my outcomes? I can either get a tail or I can get a head. I can either get a tail or I can get a head, sir. These are my outcomes. Now, let's say I want my preferred outcome. I want to have a head. So this is my preferred outcome. This is my preferred one. Correct? Now that means my preferred outcome is 1 out of 2. So my preferred outcome is 1. And what is the total outcome, sir? How many total outcomes I'm getting if I toss a coin? I'm getting 2. So my total outcome is 2. That means my probability that I will get my preferred outcome or I will get head is 1 by 2. That is how we see ki the like outcome, or that means if I toss a coin, the probability that I'll get a head is half, or I'll get a tail, that is also half. Because you see the same thing will happen in case of tail as well. The same thing will happen in case of tail as well. But the problem, please understand, sir. Now the exam is only 1 week away. Now, probably like types of questions, sir, they can ask you card related questions. They can ask you coin related questions, dice, and so on and so forth. There are so many types. But SSC somehow have stopped asking all these types. धीरे धीरे सब बंद कर दिया. They're asking very specific types. So I've only brought those types which they are asking in the last few years. Okay? But again, please understand the basics so that then only we can go into that. Because probability is a chapter which is completely dependent on understanding. It is not something you can memorize. It is not a chapter which you can go just by memorizing. You have to understand. Everybody, please understand, this is something that you need to memorize. You cannot just go without with memorizing. You have to understand this. I hope this is clear. I hope I'm making myself clear, sir. Chalo, chalo, chalo. Now, chalo, let's take an example. Let's solve a question. Read it, sir. A basket contains 3 blue and 4 red balls. If 3 balls are drawn at random from the basket, what is the probability that all 3 are either blue or red? Okay? अच्छा एक second. एक second. Just modify the question. Are blue. Just modify the question a little bit. Just modify the question a little bit. Just modify this question. Then we'll solve this question. Then we'll solve this question like without the modification. दोनों तरह से ही करेंगे. We will solve the question in both the ways. We will solve the question in both the ways. Okay? First, let us modify. Let us solve after modification. Then we will solve it without the modification. समझो sir. There are 3 blue balls and 4 red balls. So blue balls, there are 3. Red balls, there are 4. Now, 3 balls are drawn. 3 balls are drawn. So this is a bag or basket. Now what they have done, they have drawn 3 balls of this. They have drawn 3 balls out of this particular basket. Now I want my preferred outcome will be what? I want all 3 to be blue. Now if I want my like my preferred outcome, then I will pick like my blue, like all the blue balls only. I will pick all 3 blue balls only. Meaning what I'll pick, my preferred outcomes will be, I will pick 3 out of these 3. I will pick 3 out of these 3, sir. I will pick 3 blue balls. I need 3 blue balls. I've picked 3 balls. So I'll pick 3 out of these 3 only because I want all of them to be blue. And what is the total outcome, sir? Because probability is like preferred by total. Total is what? Total, so there are 7 balls. I have, out of those 7 balls, I have picked how many? I have picked 3. So this is your probability. Acha, one thing you remember, NCN, that is always equal to, using that property, can I say NC, N minus N? Because I've just told you one property here. I have just told you one property here. So from using this property, can I say NCN will be NC N minus N? That means NC0. NC0 is always 1. NC0, something C0 is always 1, sir. So this is always 1. So this is always 1, sir. 1 divided by anything C3 will be 7 into 6 into 5 divided by 6, sir. 6 cancels. So your answer will be 1 over 35. I don't think answer will match. Answer match nahi hoga. Why? Because we have modified the question. So very naturally answer will not match with the options. Very naturally the answers will not match with the options. Is it clear? Now, if we don't modify, if we do not modify the question, now can anyone tell me what will happen? Now, they are asking, now read the question, either blue or red. Meaning, I can pick from here or from here anything. Meaning, total probability is also 7C3. My preferred probability is also 7C3. Or preferred outcomes are also 7C3 because I can pick from anyone. So in that case, my answer will be 1. Because like whatever is preferred, that is total only. Preferred and total both are same. So in that case, the preferred is 7C3, total is 7C3. So total will be 1, sir. We don't need to solve anything. We do not need to do anything here. Perfect, everyone. Very, very, very simple stuff. Chalo, let's do one more. Now, again, try to solve this in a couple of minutes. I will show you a very, very, very nice technique here, or a nice way to think here. Try to solve this. Try to solve this, sir. Read the question. I'll be giving you 30 seconds. 30 seconds try kar lo, sir. Then I'll solve this. I'll give you one very, very nice way of thinking. Probability questions are all about approaching, all about thinking. You don't need to think too much. You don't need to think too much. Sandeep is saying 3. Let's see, brother. Let's see, brother Sandeep. Let's see. Chalo, 30 seconds are over. 13 white and 7 black balls. Right? I'm writing it. Chalo, idhar hi likhte sir. White balls 13. Black balls 7. Okay. two balls are drawn at random. Now, what is the probability that they are of the same color? Sir, that means we now have two situations at hand. We have two situations at hand. Now, that means, like, how can we get same color? Situation number one, both can be white. Both can be white, white and white. Situation two, both can be black. If I say this, will I be wrong? Both can be white or both can be black. Both are giving me the same thing, they are of same color. No worries there. Chalo, let's do it. So if both are white, sir, if both are white, that means it will be 13C2. Can I say this? 13 में से out of 13, I will pick 2. I will pick 2. This is preferred outcomes, sir. Preferred outcomes. Or I will pick 2 out of what? Out of 7 black balls. 7C2. Sir, बीच में plus. You will now say, sir, why plus? For that, you need to refer to the basic principle or the fundamental principle of counting. Again, in Oliveboard application or website, under my free course, you will find this. I've taken like kind of free class on this. Ki when to put plus, when the work is done, then we put plus. When the work is remaining, then we put multiplication. Here, once I have written 13C2, meaning ball picking is done. 13 out of 13, I have picked 2 balls. The ball picking is done. That means work is done, I'll put plus. This is another scenario when I'm picking 2 balls out of 7. When I'm picking 2 balls out of 7, this is when I need to again, so in between I can put plus. Okay, everyone, this is where I can put plus once my work is done. Divided by, out of totals at 20 balls, I will pick 2, sir. I will pick 2. Done. Just calculate. So anything C2, you all know what is to be done. 13 into 12 divided by 2 plus 7 into 6 divided by 2. N into n minus 1 by 2. 20 into 19 divided by 2. Don't calculate because 2, 2, 2, everything will cancel. So if you calculate, sir, Acha, 2 again we can cancel. 2 tens, 2 6, 2 threes. So I don't think we can do anything. So this is 78. अच्छा 3 जाएगा ना सर? नहीं 3 भी नहीं जाएगा सर. So this is 190 and this is going to be 78 and 21. So 999. Option में है क्या सर? Option number 4 is the answer. Option number 4 is the answer. Sandeep, I guess some mistake you have done, brother. I guess, brother, some mistake in calculation. Some mistake in calculation you have made. Sandeep, please check. Please check. You are getting 559. If you are getting 59, that means something or the other is wrong, brother. Please check. Perfect. Perfect, everyone. So this is the basic. This is the basic. Perfect. Chalo. The same type is like same type, same type, same type. Sir, this is one very interesting question. Very, very, very interesting. Again, we are moving into a little complex territory. A little complex, little like compound like probability territory. Achha, before that, now just give me 1 second. The software is giving me a little issue. Yeah, please try, sir. Please try to solve this. I will be giving you 40 seconds. Please try to solve this, sir. Please try to solve. Very, very interesting question. Very, very, very interesting question, everyone. Please try to do this. Please try. Anyone? Any answers? Any answers, sir? Any answers? Any answers? Any answers? A man and his wife appear in an interview for two vacancies in the same post. The probability of husband's selection is this, and that of wife's selection is this. What is the probability that only one of them is selected? So this is what we call TPT, total probability theorem. Okay? This is a question of TPT. We'll go there. We will go there. This is what we call TPT, total probability theorem. So we will go there dhire dhire. But before that, first let's not complicate. Let's not make things complicated, sir. Sir, only one of them is selected. What does it mean? What is the meaning of this? It means, sir, it means if husband is selected, then wife is not selected. Or if husband is not selected, then wife is selected. So one right, then other one is cross. First one is cross, then the second one is right. Both cannot be right at the same time. Both cannot be cross at the same time. So you have to have the balance. Now, what is the possibility or probability that husband is selected, sir? That possibility or probability is 1 by 7. So husband not getting selected, what is the probability? That is 6 times out of 7. 1 by 7 means what? Out of 7 times, 1 time husband gets selected. So like the probability that husband is not selected, 6 out of 7 times, or 1 minus 1 by 7. Sir, wife getting selected, what is the probability? 1 by 5. 1 out of every 5 times. Wife not getting selected, the probability then 4 out of the like the remaining 4 times out of 5 times. Sir, कर लो calculation. बीच में plus. Why? Because the whole event is done. The recruitment process is over. Husband is selected in this case. Then that means work is done. So in between, you will get plus. You will give plus, sir. Chalo. So husband is selected means 1 by 7 into wife is not selected means 4 by 5 plus husband is not selected means 6 by 7 into wife is selected means 1 by 5. Just do calculations. So 4 plus 6, that is 10, sir, by 35. 5, 7. So this is the answer is 2 divided by 7, sir. That means option number 2, 2 by 7 is the correct answer. 2 by 7 is most definitely your correct answer. This is most definitely your correct answer, sir. That is 2 by 7. Simple question. Very simple question, but again, a very good one. Very good one. I hope this is clear to everyone. A quick yes or no, please. Again, let us move into this one. Let us move into this one, sir. Very similar question. Similar question to the last question. Just the framing is different. A PYQ actually. This is a PYQ. Again, 40 seconds time. Let's see how many of you guys can give me the correct answer. How many of you guys can give me the correct answer, sir? Let's see, sir. Let's see how many of you guys can give me the actually correct answer. Tell me, tell me. Need answers, need answers. I got answer from Arsha. Yes, perfect. Very good, Arsha. Chalo. Arsha, give me the answer. Answer for this particular question. Answer for this particular question. Chalo, chalo, chalo. Time is up. I got answer 1/4. Shaik is saying 1/4. Chalo, chalo, very good. 1/4. That is option 1. What about others? What about others? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Sir, A speaks the truth 5 out of 7 times. Sir, A, truth, 5 by 7, probability. So what is the probability that A speaks false? The remaining 2 times out of 7 times. Directly I'm doing it now. What about B? 8 out of 9 times. So B speaks truth 8 out of 9 times. So B speaks false will be 1 out of 9 times. Done? Done, sir. What is the probability that they will contradict each other? Now, please understand what is the meaning of contradiction. Sheikh, very good evening, brother. Very good evening. What is the meaning of contradiction? If you understand this, you understand everything. Contradiction means, let's say, actually, it has rained. In Kolkata, it is raining every day, every hour, right? So I'm taking the example because I'm from Kolkata. So let's say it has rained. Now A is saying it has rained. B is saying no, it has not rained. Or the vice versa. B is saying it has rained, but A is saying it has not rained. It's like police interrogation. There are two accomplices. One is saying this, one is saying that. So it's like, so meaning A will say the truth, but B will say the false. This is contradiction. Or B will say the truth, A will say the false. This is also contradiction. Either of two cases. So contradiction, when will contradiction happen? When A true into B false plus when B true into A false. You might say, sir, why have you kept plus in between? Because you see, A true into B false, meaning already contradiction happened. Contradiction has already happened. Work is done. Arrest ho gaye. If A and B were part of the investigation, both has been arrested. So that means plus. That means we will take plus. Right? So just now anybody can solve. We put the values. 80 is A truth 5 by 7 and B false is 1 by 9. B truth is 8 by 9 and A false is 2 by 7. So 8 to 16 plus 5, 21. 7 nines are 63. So answer is 1/3. Option में है क्या? Sir, option C is the correct answer. Option C, 1/3 is the correct answer. Yes, Arsha, you are absolutely correct. Shaq, check the answers. Little mistake, little mistake, brother. Is this clear? Again, very important question. Very, 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 very important question. Very, very important question. Now, let me go into some advanced stuff. Now, again, for the next 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, I want your 100% attention. If you guys promise that I'll give you 100% attention, then only I'll go into that. Nobody like in YouTube is giving or trying to even go into that thing. In paid courses also, nobody has gone into that depth, like that depth in probability for SSC. I can promise you that much. So I'm trying. So please, if you guys promise ki, sir, we will give you like 100% attention, then only I'll try to go into that depth. Yeah, like it's very less chance ki you will get questions, but agar if they ask you a question from there and if you don't know the conditional probability, you will never be able to solve. So I'll go a little bit into conditional probability if you guys are willing to put in the work. If you guys are willing to put in the work. Next 5 to 10 minutes, I will then explain that bit, a little bit. Works, need some assurances. Need some assurances. बताओ, चले? चले, sir? Should I go? So before that, you guys decide. Let's do this. Let us do this, sir. Let us do this. Otherwise, रहने दो. No worries. Arsha is saying yes. Chalo, theek hai, I'll go. I will go then. But again, let's do this one. Let us do this. Let us do this. Very good quality question. Again, last question that we had solved. No? This is just a magnified version, a more difficult version. If SSC wants, CGL wants to give you a tougher question, this will be this. You see, what is the probability that the problem is solved? The probability of solving a problem by three students A, B, C, they have given you. That has been given. So problem will be solved. Say, A will be able to solve it, B and C won't be, plus A cannot, A, B and C. So A cannot, C cannot, B can. Or sir, A and B cannot, C can. And see, you see A and B probabilities are given. You can calculate, then A can the probability is 3 by 7. So A cannot is 4 by 7. So you can put in the values and check. Calculation will be a little bit on the lengthier side. But again, you can do it, I guess. So this question I will give you guys as homework, and I will ask everyone to solve and tell me the answer in the comment section. Okay? So that's why I'll move into this question. That's why I'll move into this question. But before that, let me just go into this. Sheikh has given some answer. We'll see. We'll see. I don't even know the answer. I have to also do and check the answer. Once someone comments, I'll do and check the answer. Okay? Now, you see, what is conditional probability? Conditional probability क्या होता है sir? What is actually conditional probability? It is written as, sir, P of A given B. It is written as it is read as P of A given B. Now, what is the meaning of this? Please understand. What is the meaning of this stuff? It means if B event, if this event has already occurred, if this event has already occurred, then what is the probability that this event will occur? Again, if event B has already occurred, then what is the probability that event A will occur? समझो अच्छे से. Is it clear, sir? Let's take an example. Let us take an example, sir. Let's say A is an event and B is an event. B is, it will rain today. Okay? And A is, I will wear my raincoat. Okay? Now, if the event B has occurred, if it had rained today, then what is the probability? Then I will wear my raincoat. That is given by P of A given B. This is called conditional probability. And this is mathematically defined as P of A intersection B, the set, divided by P of B. Now again, this is very mathematical stuff. दिमाग के ऊपर से जाएगा. You will say, sir, we don't need this. And again, you don't need this. You don't need this. But again, what you need then? What you actually need? देखो, you need, from here we get something, two things actually. From here we get two things. One is TPT, total probability theorem, and from TPT we get Bayes theorem, the BT. Bayes theorem, two things. We will need these two things for contingency, because already in selection phase there were a couple of questions using Bayes theorem, जो कभी नहीं आया था. That is the problem. Okay, so that's why we will do one question from here. That's why we'll do. And again, I am not getting into the theory portion of this. इसका theory portion में I'm not getting into. Okay, I'm not getting into the theory portion of it. This, so we will straight away move into one question. We'll understand the question or understand the solution. That will be the end of it all. That will be the end of this all. I hope this is clear. Now, Padho sir, let's read the question. Listen to me for 5 minutes. You will understand, sir. A bag contains 4 red and 3 black balls. A second bag contains 2 red and 4 black balls. One bag is selected at random. Sir, let's make that like kind of the case. First bag, it has 4 red balls and 3 black balls. And there is another second bag which also contains something. 2 red balls and black balls are 4. One bag is selected at random. From the selected bag, one ball is drawn. Find the probability that the ball drawn is red. Find the probability that the ball drawn is red. Sir, how to do this? Or how can we actually solve this? This is a TPT question based on TPT. First things first. Sir, first things first. There are two things happening. There are two events happening, one after another. One bag is selected. So tell me, how can we select one bag from 2 bags? How can we select? There are 2 bags. How can I select one bag? What is the probability? You will say, sir, the probability of selecting one bag is half. Let's say we have selected this bag. So this bag, the probability of selecting this is half, sir. And now preferred outcome is what? I need to have a red ball. Now red ball means I have red balls 4. Correct? And how many balls? One ball is drawn. So that means out of 4, I'll draw one ball. That means I will draw 4C1. 4 balls. Out of 4 balls, I'll draw one. Divided by, there were total 4 plus 3, 7 balls. There were total 7 balls. So 7C1. Classical probability. Classical definition. So this is one way. Another, so work is done. Another way is a TPT, like this is TPT, the second one, sir. Half is the other one, sir. The second bag, the probability of selecting the bag is half into. Sir, what is this? So this is 2C1. I'll pick one ball out of 2 because I want red. Total how many balls, sir? Total 6. Khatam. Calculate, sir. 4 by 7. 2 by 7 plus 1 by 6. 42. So this is a 12 plus 7. Okay, 19 by 42. Yes, option number B is your correct answer. It is your correct answer. So that's the khatam. That's the end towards this. 64. No, that was the previous question, Shaq, I guess. That was the previous question. Everybody, is this clear, sir? This is a little bit trickier question based on total probability theorem. Just remember this much. I don't think you need to go anything like any step beyond that. But again, BT, Bayes theorem, I'm not touching. But again, this is Bayes theorem. This question is based on Bayes theorem. But again, if you want, you can try and do this. But again, I don't think you will need. Like again, I'm not explaining this. I am not explaining this. I feel TPT will suffice. But again, Bayes theorem agar chahiye, so you can solve and tell me the answer. You can definitely solve and tell me the answer. And you can see this is not a very simple question. This is not a very simple question. Okay? You need to make thoda like the chart and stuff. You need to make a little chart and stuff. Do you need solution? Do you want to do this question? You want to do this question? चलो बना देते. चलो बना देते. आ जाओ. It will take a little bit of time. It will take a little bit of time. Tell me, give me a yes or no. If you guys want, I can solve this. I can solve this if you guys want. Time hai. We still have 10 minutes. If you guys want, I can definitely go and solve this. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me, sir. Comment. If you guys want, I can definitely help you guys with this question. Yes, sir. चलो 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 then कर देते. आ जाओ सीख लो देखो. How to solve Bayes theorem questions. A man is known to speak truth 3 out of 4 times. Okay, that means true is 3/4 and false is 1 out of 4 times. Remember, he throws a dice and reports that it is a 6. Find the probability that it is actually a 6. Okay, sir, possibility. It is a 6. Actually, it is not a 6. It is actually a 6. It is not actually a 6. Please understand. Understand. So he has thrown a dice. The man has thrown a dice. So there are two possibilities. The result can actually be a 6. The result can actually not be a 6. Correct? Sir, what is the possibility of that? This is the result. So actually, the possibility result to be 6 is 1/6. Because any number in a dice is 1/6, because there are 6 numbers, 6 possibilities, and the result to be anything other than 6 is 5/6, any other number than 6. Now again, he can report the truth or he can report false. Here also he can report truth, he can report false. They can understand this. So he reports truth. He reports truth 3 out of 4 times. So 3 out of 4 times. He is reporting yes, I have scored a 6. And 1 out of 4 times he reports no, I have not so this is not 6. I've scored something else other than 6. And in this case also he reports the truth. 3/4 is truth. That means he reports no, I have scored not. It's not a 6. But 1 out of 4 times he is reporting no, sir, it is 6. He is reporting false. He is reporting false because negative into negative also positive. Now that means now how to use Bayes theorem. So TPT is what? He reports that it is a 6. Now in how many cases he will report that it is a 6? That will be denominator. In how many cases it will be 6? That will be denominator. So in how many cases? So this is a case where he is reporting it is a 6. In this case also, he is reporting that it is a 6. So this is 1/6 into 3/4. And this is 5/6 into 1/4. Write it, sir. So this is the denominator. 1/6 into 3/4. Plus this one, so this branch, 5/6 into 1/4. This is the total outcome. And what is the numerator, sir? What is the numerator? This is Bayes theorem. This denominator, you see, this is nothing but TPT. This is your total probability theorem. Numerator is what is that? Find the probability that it is actually a 6. So these two cases where he reported that it was a 6. Out of these two cases, in which one it was actually a 6? Sir, this case was actually a 6. That means this case, this part was actually a 6. Yahi sir upar baitha do. You just put that only in the numerator. 1/6 into 3/4. Whatever that is, that's your answer. Do one thing. 6, 4, 6, 4 cancels. Never calculate. 3 divided by 3 plus 5. That's your answer. Option number A, sir. Option number A, sir. Done. Done, sir. Option number A 3 by 8 is your answer. Now again, let me say this. There is no better way of solving base theorem questions than this. This is the best way possible. But again, for this, you need to have tremendous amount of conceptual clarity. शॉर्टकट के पीछे भागोगे तो ये कभी नहीं आएगा. You have to have a tremendous amount of conceptual clarity. Now tell me one thing, is it clear 100%? Is this 100% clear, sir? Now what we did today, it is not basic, it is not simple, it is not something that can be done very easily. It is not something that can be learned in a day, let alone be in an hour. It is not something that can be learned in an hour. Again, you have to go through this class if required multiple times. One more thing, if required, please download these class notes. All these class notes are downloadable. Okay, so you will have the detailed in like how to download and stuff. The detailed instruction you will find here. Follow this, download the notes, you will have the access to questions and definitely everything that I've just written. So do that, and definitely that the class notes will help you, and this video will be there for your reference in the channel. Correct? So this thing, please understand, this is for contingency. Next week also I'll take some session. So coordinate geometry, again another topic which is like they are asking very ulta seedha questions. So I'm planning next week I'll take one session like this on very advanced stuff of coordinate geometry. Next week I might take another session like this on very advanced stuff of coordinate geometry. I think that might help you guys a little bit. Okay? So I'm trying my best. So let's see how much I can help you guys out with this. Take care. So again, that will then be all for the day. I hope I have been able to help you a little bit with your preparation. मेहनत करते रहो, give your 100%. Any help I can do, please do let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help. So again, till I'll see you guys again tomorrow with the IB mock. IB SEIO exam is also very near. We have also launched a batch. The classes starts from 12th. So again, if you want, the link will be in the description in the website. You are more than welcome to check that as well. So again, thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you so much.